Ace drawing that heart in the sand and then writing that poem. And then you have Nick and Alandrea taking it in that challenge, in that photo booth. All of that chemistry right there you can see between them two as the episodes go on. I think Nick and Alandrea are going to win this season. I think Nick and Alandrea are going to take it. Nick and Alandrea, this was an episode, guys. I know people say the last week is boring, but for me, it's not, because it's really given us the love that we deserved to see, that we didn't see throughout the season, which was quite toxic and dramatic. So to me, it's very refreshing. Nick and Alandrea were just taking it. The scenes back and forth, the chemistry, the kiss in that booth when they were doing the challenge together, looking back at each other when Nick was talking with the guys and she was sitting there with Shelley on the bed. They're taking it, guys. I just feel like it's given high school rom-com, the way that this is a slow burner and the way that this was all written. Not even your best Netflix writers can write this story, because the way that I think that this is going, I just feel like Nick and Alandrea are taking it. Hey guys, it's Morali, daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. I'm doing a Love Island watch finale party this Sunday. People are buying tickets today, boy. People are buying them fast throughout for the last 3-4 days since I put it up. Grab your tickets. It's happening in Lower East Manhattan at the Bowery Bar. We've got pizza and we've got food. We've got some other drinks also all included. We're all going to watch it at a bar together. There are going to be some Islanders there floating around. Also some Islanders who've won the show floating around. Grab your tickets. If you're coming alone, we've got a great solo group that I can add you guys to. Just DM me. But grab your tickets, guys. Even at this point, if you find it hard to afford, just let me know. We can sort something out, because this is going to be one of those finales that I feel like we're all going to be shocked, because there isn't a clear winner. But I feel like today changes that narrative. So grab your tickets. It's in the bio below and in the pinned comment. There's only a few days left now. We've got Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday is that finale. So grab your tickets. Okay, where do we even begin with this episode? I feel like Nick and Alandrea had a lot more scenes today of chemistry, intimacy, speaking about where they are. They both expressed that, you know, they are enjoying where they are and they like each other. Taylor even came out and she said herself in an interview that she's seen chemistry between Nick and Alandrea from day one, as in she's seen these two like each other here and there. But of course, there are other people around them that can also catch their eye. They also want to be in their best relationship. It's also important to discuss the fact that the way Taylor kind of treated Alandrea, also humiliated her in that fire pit challenge, you know, it can really make you act different in future relationships. Similar to Huda with Chris and Jeremiah, it can make you act quite different. And so I do feel like that should be taken into consideration when we're discussing them two here, because they're not as intimate here and there. But I feel like today was the intimacy that we as viewers needed to see to really understand that these two are genuinely into each other, look great together, have great conversation, great chemistry. I feel like Nick and Alandrea are just taking it. I'm so sorry. They look beautiful together. They're taking it, guys. I just feel like I'm really sold on them, and I can see them in the top 2, and I can even see them taking it. Ace and Shelley, I feel like we got great scenes with them also going to the hideaway. I don't know who Iris thought she was, thinking that she was going to go into the hideaway. If you and Pepe don't pack your bag tonight and leave, please, before the families come tomorrow, just pack your bags, because we know you're all going tomorrow. We know that you lot are going tomorrow. I like the fact that Ace obviously showed vulnerability in the scene, and it's nice when men show vulnerability to their other partner, you know, telling her to go into a specific room to get ready as he draws the heart. I was thinking this was cute. Then, you know, telling her to close her eyes, showing it, writing a poem, and etc. It really just, you know, they themselves were taking it as well in this episode, and I can even see them being in the top finale. I can even see them winning. I think Shelley and Olandria are in the best positions right now to win. I do like Amaya and who she's with, but I just feel like, I don't know, maybe because we don't know him for enough, and the fact that he's been there for a couple of days, you're just going to be more stronger with the couples who've been there for longer. I think Amaya was hilarious in this episode, trying to get Huda and Chris by the dock, the way that she was sorting it out when she panicked, when Huda was like, let me come with you to the toilet to wash my hands, and she was like, what do I do? Let me go say I need to do a number 2. All of this stress can constipate me, and, you know, joking around in her confessionals. She was genuinely entertaining and hilarious. I can absolutely see her on YouTube 110% giving us a story time, because she's just funny. I can even see her on the red carpet. I can see her doing so much brand wise, but she was definitely the comedic relief that we needed in today's episode, alongside all of the love that we have seen. So hats off to Amaya. I think she's great. I feel like I want Nick and Alandrea to win now. A couple of days ago I wanted Amaya, but now I wanted Nick and Alandrea. And once again, Huda and Chris are still having the disagreements. You can see that when they're having conversations, and if you analyze Chris's body language, that man is completely checked out, to the point where Huda has to say, are you checked out? Because that's what it's giving. His eyes are somewhere else, not even looking at her. His body language is not, his body is not even facing her. You should look at body language when it comes to relationships and intimacy, and he's not even facing her. He's looking away. He looks completely dead behind the eyes. He's over it because he doesn't want to keep going around in circles. And she's basically saying, look, I like being intimate with you one-on-one behind the scenes, or, you know, under the covers, but in front of people I want to take it slow. Ironic, because when Jeremiah wanted to take it slow, she didn't like that. So I feel like she really can't make her mind up. But also at the same time, she knows the finale is close. She knows how this game works. So you would have thought that she would have been faking it and pleasing this man any way, shape or form to win the crowd over. So you could see her actually conversing with Chris and having disagreements and being vulnerable as something that is very genuine and real. And then of course when they got to the dock, she was able to express herself properly and he was able to understand in some kind of way. Initially it started off icky, but it was genuinely nice to see Huda and Chris communicate in a very calm manner. I think it definitely shows a great sign in their relationship that if they're going to have problems on the outside, they can actually come to a resolution because they both do like each other. I think that Huda is definitely confused when it comes to the intimacy connection, but I think she's carrying on the Jeremiah baggage. They're in a controlled environment. It can be a lot, and I feel like when they're on the outside, they'll be able to breathe. And I think that, you know, them coming over these hurdles is actually a reflection on how strong their relationship is. But I still don't see them winning Love Island. I don't know why. I just don't see them winning the show. And I think it's probably because sometimes Chris just seems checked out by her. And I don't know if he's just checked out by her completely and wants to end the relationship when they get out the villa, or he's checked out because she's just exhausting at times and doesn't make sense. It could be either or with these men. You just never really know. I think Huda is definitely confused, but they both do like each other. And it's nice to see them work through, especially on that dock. It was definitely romantic seeing them, you know, getting through stuff. You guys might dislike me for this, guys, but when it comes to Iris and Pepe's scenes, I kind of skip it. I don't really pay attention. I'm on my phone. I feel like, you know, even if they are a great couple together, I feel like Pepe still does like Hannah, and I also just feel like these two just don't have the charisma, uniqueness and talent that other couples like Nick and Alandrea have that make me want to look at the screen. I feel like Nick and Alandrea capture people's eyes, and they definitely have a great fan base that is growing steadily fast. Now, Huda still has a huge fan base, more than anybody else. That woman has been spoken about, I believe, 1 to 2 billion times on Twitter, apparently, from what it was some kind of thing that I was seeing online in terms of stats, and who's mentioned, she is being spoken about a lot. So for those who assume that she's got fake followers, I don't think that's true, because her engagement is huge, the viewership that she gets on TikTok is huge, the conversation on Twitter is huge. I just don't think that to be true. She could sneak win this purely on the basis that she has a large amount of fans. This is what I mean when I say that you guys need to be there at my finale watch party this Sunday in New York, Lower East Manhattan, because I don't know who's taking it. I don't know who's going to win this season. It's so difficult because Amaya is super popular. Huda's got the biggest fan base. Ace and Shelley tonight were absolutely romantic as hell. Then you have Nick and Alandrea and their scenes and the chemistry between them and them kissing in that booth, and like it's so difficult with these top 4. That is what I believe the top 4 is going to be. The families are coming on tomorrow, and then I think somebody's going to be dumped Saturday night, and then Sunday we're obviously going to have the main finale episode with Beyond the Villa also premiering, which we're going to watch also at my event. Grab your tickets. Only 2 days left before the event. If you're coming solo, doesn't matter. You can DM me. You can add you to the solo group of people who are all being well acquainted as I record this video. I feel like this week is what we needed for the season to really, you know, make it solid. I actually like the season. I know some people thought it was very toxic. They keep comparing it to season 6. Stop comparing it to a peak season. It's not going to work like that. Every season is different. Every islander is different. And I like the fact that this season has been quite toxic. I know that's crazy for me to say, but there's just been so much drama. And the only thing that I have not liked is the stan wars that have developed from the season, which I genuinely think is the worst that I've seen in Love Island history. UK, USA, Love Island, Mars, Pluto, all of them, child. I feel like this stan wall ship is mad. Also, I saw some content creator influencer, I'm not even sure what her name was, talking about, you know, this punching bag is Shelley and Olandria, and she's got her boxing gloves on and she's punching, saying that we're punching Olandria and Shelley because she didn't like them on the show. Is everybody okay? What is it with punching Alandrea and Shelley? I just don't understand. Listen, I found Alandrea annoying in this show sometimes, especially when it came to the Taylor saga. I found Shelley very annoying when it came to the stuff with Huda. Like, I've been found them both annoying at times, just like I found Huda annoying. Why do we need to be punching them? It doesn't make sense. Throughout an entire season, you can like and dislike an islander, ups and downs, ebbs and flows, peaks and troughs. That's basically what Love Island is about. You can really like somebody, then you can find them annoying, then you can like them again, but we don't need to be punching anyone. So I think an influencer, content creator with a huge amount of followers joking around about how she should be punching islanders is insane. And then BuzzFeed's article yesterday about giving Shelley a punch was absolutely insane as well. I don't understand why there is some need and fascination with wanting to punch Alandrea and Shelley. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's unnecessary. And I think that it fuels so much negativity online. And I just think it to be ridiculous. I'm just looking at the video thinking, what is this guy doing? If you don't put the boxing gloves down and go to your bed and sleep, because what are you saying makes zero sense to me. I see Olandria and Chelley in the top 2. I feel like Amaya might be 3rd, and I feel like Huda might be 4th. That's just the way I see it. I can't really call it who's going to win, guys. I know I've asked you guys this so many times because my mind changes in every single episode, but who do you think is going to win this season? Comment down below. Buy your tickets in the pinned comment and also in the bio. Grab them. Even if you can't afford them, let me know. We can figure something out because there's only a handful left. People are buying them fast, especially in the past couple of days, and it's going to be an absolute madness. This was an episode. I really enjoyed it, especially the Alandrea and Nick scenes, and the Shelley in the hideaway was everything, and I liked Huda and Chris on the dock. What are your thoughts on Huda and Chris as well? I want you guys to break down your analysis on what you saw of them in this episode. Their conversations. Is Huda being unreasonable? Is she being confusing? Is Chris checking out because he's over the whole situation? Let me know. Subscribe, comment down below, grab your tickets, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.